Welcome back to Euro Travels by Design, where we talk about all the nuts and bolts and logistics of planning an itinerary to Europe. Today we are in Poland. Choosing a destination is only the first step in planning your dream European vacation. After you've chosen where to go, all the hours of research, planning, and booking begins. This can be frustrating and overwhelming. I will cover all the exact itineraries, logistics, expert tips and tricks so that you aren't burnt out before you even depart. In this video, I'm going to walk you through an overall itinerary so you don't have to spend hours and hours doing the planning and research. In future videos, I'll break it down into the small sections and give you all the logistics, all the information, all the details you need for each individual leg of this itinerary. First of all, you're going to love Poland. I think it is highly underrated. Our children place Poland as one of their favorite European countries ever. Even though Poland is less touristed than other European countries, it can still get pretty busy. So I would recommend going on the shoulder season, meaning spring or fall. Poland can get really cold in the winter and it will have snow. The average high in December in Warsaw is about 35 degrees. The summers are pleasant and don't get too hot. The average high in Warsaw in the middle of summer is low 80s. Polish is the language spoken in Poland, but English is widely spoken in tourist areas. Having said that though, I did find out of all of the European countries I've been to that English was probably spoken the least in Poland. Now you can still totally get by. Most of the tourist places and restaurants, hotels will have English speakers. But it's always handy to know a few Polish phrases. So in Poland they use the zloty. Right now, the exchange rate is about 0.26 US dollars for a zloty, so you can roughly just divide everything by 4. So if something costs 40 zloty, it costs about 10 bucks. Polish food is absolutely delicious. Some of the things you have to try are the naleśniki, which is a crepe with cream and jam or fruit, pierogi, of course, the potato pancakes, and głąbki, which is a cabbage roll with a tomato sauce. You will most likely fly into the Warsaw Airport, which is by far the biggest airport in Poland. It's called the Chopin Airport. You can also fly into other airports. Gdańsk has one, Wrocław, Kraków also has one. But you'll probably get the most options and the best prices in and out of Warsaw. Now, this itinerary is kind of a big loop, and Poland is a big country, and so there is some travel involved in this itinerary. If this bothers you, you could fly into Warsaw and out of Kraków or Gdańsk. Alternatively, there are internal flights as well available. We always rent a car when we're in Europe just because we love the freedom it gives us, and Poland is an easy place to rent a car. It has a great highway system. But if this makes you uncomfortable, Poland is well connected by trains as well. You can get to all of these places by trains easily. Once you get into a city or town, getting around is no problem. Poland has really good public transportation in most of its big cities. There's buses and trains, and most of these cities are walkable as well. So you can just park your car if you have one and walk. Okay, let's talk about the actual itinerary. As I mentioned before, this is just an overall itinerary telling you how long you should be in each place and the places you should stop. More detailed videos of each section are coming that will give you everything you need to know about every stop. The first stop is Warsaw. It's the capital. You'll need at least 2 days here. Explore the historic Old Town, visit Villeneuve Palace and the gardens, the Warsaw Uprising Museum, the National Gallery of Art, and the Copernicus Science Center are all great options as well. Make sure you stroll through Łazienki Park as well. It's a great way to spend the afternoon. Next up is the cultural gem of Kraków. I would spend 3 days in Kraków. You need 1 for the city itself, and then you need 2 for some pretty important day trips. So while you're in Kraków, you want to visit the iconic Wawel Castle, stroll down the charming streets of Old Town, see Cloth Hall, St. Francis Basilica, and St. Mary's Church. And of course, the famous Schindler Factory Museum is a must-see. And then also wander in the Jewish quarter, seeing Hero Square with the empty chairs that represent the belongings of the people that were left behind when the ghetto was emptied during World War II. The first day trip from Krakow is, of course, Auschwitz and Birkenau. And this is a really emotional and poignant day, but it is absolutely worth it. We took our children when we were there. We were a little bit nervous to take them, and they were nervous to go, but they thank us all the time that they were able to have that opportunity. The second day trip is the salt mines. These salt mines were continually excavated from the 13th century all the way up to 1996, and they're unlike anything I've ever seen before. There are chapels, statues, carvings, all made from salt. From Krakow, we make our way to Wrocław. This is known as the Italy of the North because of all of its bridges. It has a picturesque market square. Explore the Gothic architecture of Wrocław Cathedral as well. The next day, head to Poznań. Poznań has what is my favorite town square in Poland. It's so charming and cute. Check out the old market square, the imperial castle, and the famous goats on the town hall clock tower. Our final destination is the stunning port city of Gdańsk. On your way to Gdańsk, you could stop in Torun. This is a cute town known for its gingerbread. You can visit the gingerbread museum and even learn to make gingerbread yourself. Gdańsk is near the Baltic Sea. It is known for its amber, so make sure you buy some to take home. Explore the colorful Long Market, visit the historic Gdańsk crane, and take a stroll along the beautiful river. Most of these stops that we talked about are around 2 to 3 hours away from each other. So there is some driving in this itinerary, but it's so worth it to see it all.
So here's a map of the itinerary. You start in Warsaw, go down to Krakow, over to Wrocław, then to Poznań, and on your way up to Gdańsk, you can stop in Torun, and then back to Warsaw. So that'll give you 2 days in Warsaw, 3 in Krakow, and then 1 in Wrocław, Poznań, and Gdańsk. If you have more time, of course, I would stay another night in Wrocław, Poznań, or Gdańsk, just so you don't have those one-night stands, as I like to call them. I don't like to do those, but it's kind of inevitable with this itinerary, and you do want to see everything on this list. If you have an extra night, I would probably stay in Gdańsk and just go up to Gdynia, which is right beside Gdańsk, and you can spend a day on the beach. If you have even more time, here are a couple other options. Malbork Castle is a 13th century castle complex, and it is the largest castle in the world measured by land and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so that's a great site to see. Another one would be Zakopane. Zakopane is a resort town in southern Poland at the base of the Tatras Mountains, and it's a popular departure point for winter sports and summertime mountain climbing and hiking.
And there you have it. This is our itinerary through Poland. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe.